ready?
Joe loves like parking a camera and then like just monitoring it. He loves it. Look at him.
I'm not used to having friends to film.
You need to get some of those like DJI goggles that you can see the camera.
It's professional, you know.
Yeah, it is professional.
A steady shot.
You need to have like more than one camera though if you're going to start doing this. You need to like set up like 3 or 4, and then like just have them all monitor them all like a spy.
Just spread the Yogscast budget over my personal cameras. I think that's what we're going to do.
I think we can afford. You're not using that one, are you?
Give me that one.
So at time of recording, we are 1 week away from YogCon. But I think most stuff is sorted. Everyone's done like a fucking awesome job just getting everything together. Mr. Batesy boy has been a busy man working on a lot of stuff, and it's looking real nice.
It's nice to get out of a car onto a set and see everyone here with all their cameras and everything set up. It's like a nice feeling, you know?
Yeah. Someone's actually planned something. It feels good to know that it's not just on us thinking of shit on the day.
Yeah.
So this weekend I've been finishing off the VFX shots for the Jaffa shoot. They're just about done, just about rendered.
Ben's getting involved at the
I feel bad that it's all on Dad.
You need any help? You're just gonna puppet him, like.
Listen, I'm a dad. I've fired these rockets off before with my kids.
Are you?
No, that's what Ben's saying to Daff.
But initially we weren't going to have any VFX shots. I believe the initial plan was to use a model Trabant and strap it to a rocket. Seeing how temperamental the rockets were wasn't a smart or safe idea. So when we got to location, we sort of had a look around and we found this little bunker, which we thought would just be perfect for the final scene.
Rolling.
With like the 3 little boys poking their heads out, having a look around.
Mark.
And then like this over the shoulder shot with this massive sort of giant rocket. And it turned out all right. It's not the best, it's not the worst. It's not bad given the time. And we sort of wanted them to be able to communicate during this last section. So we just rolled the Trabant up close enough that they could hear each other. It kind of worked. It's so shoddy low budget. It's perfect. The editing for the final bit, I'm fucking crying. Just everyone was so fucking funny, just making the most out of the situation.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you. I had the windows up.
Oh yeah, so we had these like 2 scenes basically set next to each other to allow the communication, and then we use green screens to do the effects.
You guys are ready?
Yep, you.
Okay, Simon, I'm gonna speak up because you have to. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you okay.
Okay, cool.
So the way I sort of approach this green screen thing, we have like our scene here where we've got our little boys. That's so bad. We've got our little boys lined up and they've got this green screen about there. And so you're gonna take away this green screen. So it's looking like that. And then you're gonna want to put in your rocket into the scene. So that would go in where the green screen is, like that. But then you've got to fill in where the background should be. So we've got this sort of the background here and it needs to continue here, but the green screen was there. So what you do is you film a bit without anything there at all. It's very simple, and you put that behind your rocket that you put in. And a good way to sort of make this background plate sort of fit in better with the foreground is to sort of like mask out the foreground and blend it with like some feathering, so it's not just like a hard cut edge. Like that. And that is how to VFX. I'd like to create this sort of shot of the rocket in the background. One of the challenges was getting like the angle of the car to match the perspective. Like I had this, I think this is a sticker for a magnet. Anyway, so I drew like a shitty sort of idea. Like this is the framing-ish we needed for the shot. And then I was like trying to figure out the perspective of where the camera would be of the car to put it into that shot. So we ended up using like a drone for it, which worked quite well, in fairness. Although the hardest bit was the key on Simon's car, basically. It starts off fine, but then...
Oh shit! I forgot to do the windows up this! I forgot to do the windows!
The windows go up, and then that makes it impossible to deal with. Trying to, like, firstly, key out the green. Secondly, trying to like hide the camera in the reflection of the window, and then on top of that, trying to make it look like it's in space. That's like a whole change of lighting, and it was hard. It's not the best, but it's good enough. But to be honest, it's not. The VFX aren't gonna be the focus of this. The guys are fucking hilarious. So that's just gonna carry it. Like, regardless of how shoddy a job I've done on the VFX, it's not a VFX film. It's a funny bit, and that's what matters really. So I'm just sort of hoping there's a good reaction when it's live.